at the spiritual plane, the merging of the two atmas is possible. Two people is possible at the spiritual level. So that is the ultimate expression of love. And that's only the beginning. And imagine what can happen at the infinite level. So when we write down all these manuals, how to do this and how to do that, and we'll be catching the whole experience at the wrong end. So that's why we gave the example of Mao Zedong last lecture. Well, the Mao Zedong, when he was a kid, and his mother was an expert gardener, and she got sick for 2 weeks. She could not get out of bed. So Mao said that he was hardly 10, 14. So he writes in his biography that I told my mom that I will take care of the garden. Don't worry about it. I'll do everything possible to make this garden last so that when you're back to normal, you can take care of it again. So at the end of 2 weeks, the garden was in a miserable shape. So mom said, what did you do all these 2 weeks? He says, no, I hugged every plant, I watered every flower, I watered every leaf, and all this thing. I washed the dust off all the leaves, and I hugged every tree and everything, but I don't know what happened. So mother didn't realize whether to laugh or cry. She was crying inside because her garden was gone, or almost gone, but she was seeing the innocentness of the child. It was her own child. So she didn't know what to say. He says, silly, you have to take care of the roots. The roots are important. If you take care of the roots, all the plants and the flowers and everything flourishes. So spirituality is the roots. And that's where we have to really take care of our feelings inside. And until that is taken care of, whatever is happening at the external level is useless. So no matter how many times you hug someone, no matter how many times you say, I love you, I love you, I love you, has no meaning. So the love as we know at the material planes has no value. So it has to be corrected at the deeper level. So that's where all these religions have fallen short. Because religions were started by the people who were standing around these great souls who had gone through this tough rigmarole of reaching to the enlightened state. The people around them, they could never realize what journey they have gone through. And they themselves never wanted to go through that journey themselves. So for them it was easy to say, okay, Mahavir fasted, Buddha stayed quiet, Krishna did the Leela. But behind all these expressions, they never knew the states of minds of these great souls. So they wrote all the scriptures and rituals based on their observations of what these great souls did. And after 2,500, 5,000 years, we are going by these manuals. And how are these manuals going to take you to the state which will they had experienced that you possibly could experience if you go through the same journey yourself. Now 2 days ago, I went through an exhibition of a good friend of ours. She's an artist. She has a beautiful paintings exhibition in Montclair. Beautiful paintings. And really great size paintings also. Something that I had in mind. I always wanted to buy something for my living room. Because in the back we have the lily pond, right?
Right.
So we have, at one time I had nice lilies and lotuses were growing in my backyard. But then the deers took over and chomped up everything, right? And I always somehow had in my mind that I want to buy some kind of painting, or have somebody paint that's painting
Of the lily.
of the lilies and the lotuses and put it in my living room. And that was like, for 15 years I have had that dream. And I could never find the right painting. So when she invited me to see her exhibition on Friday, actually, so I went there, and the first thing I walk in, that's exactly what she has painted.
Right.
She has a series of paintings, and what she has done is beautiful floating leaves, and also some of the leaves which are coming out, and the lotuses which are springing up.
Right.
And the background is the water itself. The color of the water she had observed, because she's very much into the paintings. She's extremely spiritual, and whatever different shades of the colors of the water had come out, she had painted it in a different settings of the sunset, sunrise, and different time of the day. So the background of the water had changed in a different settings. The rest of the elements were staying about the same, but each one expressing energy in a different way. So the water shades she had seen was different shades of gray, different shades of blue. So she gave the names of the paintings as Then the Water Was Blue, Then the Water Was Gray.
Okay.
Because whatever is outside is not that important. The background is important. That, excuse me.
You took picture too?
Dr. Shah.